Hello everyone. Today I just wanted to talk about my story learning English because I think it's not what I was planning at the beginning, but it was actually way more interesting. That was in 2021. So I was buying some components, and after some months I built my first PC. I wanted a PC mainly because I wanted to play CS:GO. So uh, the first day I built my PC. I installed CS:GO, and I started to play, but alone. I didn't play with friends. I don't remember exactly in what moment was that, but like a random guy from the US sent me a message and a friend request, and we started to play. So it was, for me at least, it was a bit different because I wasn't really used to online games. Like I played online games before, but actually not. I didn't play too much competitive games, I think. And with this guy, we were just texting. So we were playing, and I don't know, some minutes, some hours a day. Not too much actually. For some time we were playing together, but after a while he just disappeared. Sometimes you are playing with someone who is online every single day, and suddenly they just disappear. So uh, maybe that was the case that time. And but after some months, another guy also sent me message, and we started to play. And with this guy, it was like kind of the same story, but we were talking, but we were talking about more things. I wasn't feeling comfortable with my level in English, so I didn't wanted to talk. So we were just texting. But actually, I think that moment was the moment when I learned the most about English, because um, I think our conversation started to get more interesting with time. For example, I was talking about the culture in Mexico, like Dia de Muertos or Christmas, how we celebrate Christmas in Mexico, and those kind of things. Because it was something really interesting. At this point, I would say that he was my friend, at least online, because there is a big difference between online friends and actual friends. But I would say he was my friend. So, and we were playing for some months, and through those months, I wasn't practicing every day English. I mean, I wasn't like learning consciously, because I was talking with him even if we weren't playing. We were sending messages to each other. So I said it's a bit funny because I wasn't planning too much learning English. And actually, before that, I didn't like too much English. Actually, like I wanted to learn other languages, but English wasn't like a main thing. So actually, it was the language that I learned in first place. So I said because of that, it was like a bit funny, a bit unexpected. So sometimes we plan which language we want to learn, but actually, maybe in that time, even when we don't plan to learn another language, we learn it like without noticing it. And when you learn a language in this way, like talking with friends, for example, you maybe you don't learn really fast. Like for example, maybe you learn in 2 years, for example. Maybe if you just study on your own, you learn the language, let's say in 6 months, for example. But actually, it's way more difficult to forget that language if you learn it with someone else, with a friend, for example, because you are communicate something every day, or at least way more often. And if you just practice alone, you probably learn faster, but you can also forget things faster. And the second part of my learning process is when I was looking for something to do to earn money, especially online. So, as you probably know, most of the content about making money online is in English. It was a moment, I think we all experienced this moment when we just want money and we don't know even why. So we just want to do something easy to earn money. And there is a lot, actually, a lot of videos, a lot of content in general on internet to make money online. At this point, when I wanted to do something to earn money, I was watching a lot of videos every day, but actually I wasn't just watching the videos and turning on the subtitles in Spanish. I was turning on the subtitles in English, and I was reading all the time the subtitles. So, and if there was a word that I didn't know, I wrote it down and after the video I was looking for the meaning of those words and making flashcards on Anki. So actually, at the time, the main goal wasn't learning English. It was a different things. I would say that it was communication with friends and learning, but learning in this case about money, about online business. And then when I was trying to learn Russian, I realized that it was way more difficult, but actually not because of the language itself. I mean, the language is different, so of course it's more difficult to learn Russian than learning Portuguese, for example, or French, at least for a Spanish speaker. But it's difficult mostly because of you don't have something to do with that language at this moment. So for me, I wouldn't say that it's necessary to stop learning languages, but I think we should dedicate not too much time in comparison to the languages that we find more useful at this moment. So maybe we might say this language is more difficult, so I need to dedicate more time to this language. But actually, I think, as I said, it's difficult not just because it's different, but because it's not the main thing at this moment in your life. So I just wanted to make this video to talk a bit about my experience with English. Even if you like or you don't like the language, like anyways, is the first step for too much people. I also plan to talk about my experience with Russian and Chinese because with Russian I know already a lot of words, but actually I have problem talking, so I can't communicate like really fluently actually. And with Chinese, it's like I like the language, but I learn sometimes, and sometimes I don't study anything. So I think we can talk about it in next videos. And if you are learning those languages, you can comment what are the most difficult things. I think that's everything for this video. It was a really improvised video, but I said what I consider the most important about this process about learning English. Actually, I don't have too much idea about how to end the videos, but anyway, I will see over time. So see you later.